Hey everybody, this is Eric, Coach Haber, and I'm helping Chris out by trying to put together kind of a video compilation of the various sets. I've also created diagrams to go along with it. This is so that you can, if you haven't seen this yet, you could have something to go back to, or if you want to share with a new player or something like that. Now, again, this is the first time we've tried this, so I'm sure it can get better the next time, but we'll do the best that we can. So this first one is called Chin. And the idea is to get just basically just get a post up for the bigs. You'll see kind of a dribble handoff up at the top, and then kind of a screen by one of the bigs for the other to get it open. And we'll see how it works. See that? Five's going to pop out, and then just going to find the four right down low. And that's called Chin. And you'll see that, again, I made kind of diagrams to go along with it for you to kind of look at if the video is not your thing. The diagrams are probably pretty poor, but I did the best that I could. And that's kind of the deal. Okay, so that would be Chin. The next one is going to be double. And this is I'm going to see you one more time. Yeah, sorry. So this is Chin one more time. All right, now this is double. This one is very successful normally. So it's basically a bounce pass into the high post. And what's happening on the weak side is we're running a stagger. But basically what happens is the five kind of pivots, and then the three man who's up on the strong side just kind of lures his defender up and just cuts back door. And usually what you get is a back door with the five making a nice bounce pass to the three who's cutting back door. Now, if that's not there, then you'll see a stagger coming off the weak side. But this is called double. See that he's going to pivot, and then the three is going to cut back door. You have this stagger in case the back door doesn't work, but the back door always works. And that one is called double. And again, we have a diagram for that. Again, into the high post, one little pivot, and the three usually cuts back door with a stagger going across the on the weak side. So that would be called double. This one's called strong. This is kind of a new one, so it's kind of hard to follow, but we'll do the best that we can here. It's coming out of the strong side. Now what's happening is that the four man here, it's basically a play for him. He's kind of looking like he doesn't know what's going on here, kind of on purpose. So the three man is going to use a screen down here, and he's going to come and set a cross screen for the four, who's going to be open after the five gets it out over here. We're going to see that. See that? So he's coming this way. He's going to set this cross screen for the four. The one is going to pass to the five, and hopefully the four is going to be open on this cross screen. Boom, just like that. That's called strong. And once again, we do have actually list them alphabetically for some reason, but you'll go in strong. Again, this doesn't diagram all that well, but you see what happens. It's basically that cross screen for the four. See, the three comes across, sets that cross screen for the four, the five gets the ball, and just hopefully the screen is good and he jams it right in there. So that would be called strong. This next one is punch. They run this both from a half court set and also from baseline out of bounds. Basically, it's really easy. We're just trying to get something for the big. And so we just throw it out to the guy on one of the bigs who dumps it down to the other. It's very, very simple. See a little dribble handoff over to the five who just dumps it down over the four. That's called punch. And you'll see a derivative of that on the baseline out of bounds. So again, we'll go back to the, where is my, back to the diagram and look at punch. I'm going to be attaching this. So again, really simple. It's just we have a pass over to the 4 who just dumps it down to the 5. I mean, it's really really simple. Dribble handoff to the 3, throws it over the 4, dumps it down to the 5. Very simple. Okay, this next one is thumbs up. So basically, we have what's called an elevator screen on one side, and depending on how we do it, if we continue the elevator screen, it's called thumbs down, and the guy gets the shot. But otherwise, we have kind of like some pick and roll action in the middle. So we're going to see this. This is called thumbs up. So you'll see this elevator screen from over here that starts it. See that elevator, because the elevator is shutting here. Okay. But it's kind of an illusion for this play, because then he uses kind of this pick and roll and kind of a lob. I want to look at that one once more time, once again. So the elevator comes out and he rolls, and then we basically he uses the screen and then pretty much goes for a lob. See that? 3 comes and gives a screen for him. Very smooth. And that usually is going to end up in a dunk. And when we don't use the elevator as a decoy, he just comes right out, and that would be thumbs down. Okay. So thumbs up is when we, kind of refuse the elevator screenshot and go for that, sort of pick and roll lob. And thumbs down is when we want to actually get that shot off. So once again, we'll look at it in diagram form. It's kind of a tough one. Again, the diagram, I did the best I could, but I think the video is going to be better on this one. But you see, this is the key, is this elevator screen over here. So thumbs up is when this is refused. 3 sets a screen for the 4, and then the 1 comes and goes for the lob. And thumbs down would be when we just get the shot off on this side. The next one is called wheel, where we basically just get a shot up at the top for the 3. You'll see this. So you'll see it looks very similar to double, sort of. This dump down to the high post. But you see we have a little handoff, and then we get a screen for the best 3-point shooter to come out and grab it up at the top. Very easy. And that's what we do. Put it one more time. That's thumbs down one more time. So again, we're just trying to get him a shot. This is kind of like, distractor action. And then we just get it right out of it. Boom. Excellent. That's wheel. Now, shirt is we're trying to get another 3-point shot in the corner, but the key is we kind of get this action where the 1 will pass it into the high post and get it back, and he'll keep driving it down to this corner, down the sideline, and he's going to throw this hammer pass all the way across to the 3, who's going to be getting a nice screen from the big. Now let's see how it sets up. Okay, so that's not the greatest example of it, but the idea is, again, this is the guy that's going to get the shot. He's starting here, and then the 1 is going to get this handoff, and on the opposite side, the 4 is going to screen for the shooter to get open on the side of it. Now, this pass is usually not going to come from all the way over here. It's going to come from all the way over here, but that's the idea for shirt. And again, we have it in diagram form. So again, the play is going to be for him, right? So we pass, get the handoff. 4's going to set the screen for the 2. 1's going to get it back and throw a nice pass after he drives it probably right into the corner. And that is called shirt. Okay, and the last half-court set would be box. And again, this is very simple. We're just trying to get a 3. You'll see these they all look very similar. Just basically dribble handoff, screen, pop out for a 3. That would be box. And we'll see that. See this again. Nice bounce pass. And then get it back, screen, pop for 3. And that's box. once more. It's really simple. We just dribble handoff, then screen. It's really just for 3 players. Get that pass out there, wide open 3. Okay. Now we're doing the out of bounds plays, baseline out of bounds. We don't sideline out of bounds. I'll put in later. And we're going to do punch from underneath the basket, which is the same idea. We're throwing it to one big who's going to dump it down to the other. See, we throw it really nice and high. He calls for it. He wards him off. Then the other big just kind of steps in, buries him, and gets the pass down low. Oh, good footwork. And you got to jump higher. And that would be punch. And I called it punch blob up here, just so you would distinguish it from regular punch, but it's the same idea, right? We pass it up to the front, and one big throws it down to the other big. Or the dunk, or probably for the post up. Okay, reverse. This is to get an open 3, and it's actually kind of neat because it's not for who you think. I mean, you think that it'd be coming for the inbounder because that's where people usually do this, but it's actually going to be for the 3. It's going to start off with a little screen, but then you'll see what happens is after he gives the dribble handoff, he goes back and re-screens sort of for the 3 who gets wide open in the corner. This is really effective. Let's watch this. See, we're starting with one screen, which is basically a distractor. And then we're going to get a dribble handoff, and after the dribble handoff, the 4 is going to set a screen for the shooter who's going to take this out here. Look at this. Love this play. See that? After the dribble handoff, this comes right back out. Oh. Excellent. And I think we can reverse on the other side, I think. Thing. Now, this one is a little confusing. This is called money. This is kind of brand new. Not 100% sure what's going on here, but it starts. I'll tell you how it starts. So it starts with this kind of a really tough pass to make, which is out over here. Then we have a dribble handoff followed by kind of a pick and roll. So let's just take a look at it. See, we have a screen coming up over here, another screen coming up over here, and then basically just a handoff and rolling to the basket. Now, if that's not open, then they throw a stagger, and you'll see how that works. So again, same thing. And if the screen and roll doesn't work, then we hit him coming out from the 3. So that's called money. That's new. You can kind of tell it's new because I barely know how it's working. But this is money. Again, the key is this first pass. Once this first pass can get there safely, then it all kind of flows, you know. Then you get that handoff, the dribble handoff to the 1, and then you can either use that to screen and roll or get the stagger. And speaking of which, the last out of bounds play we have is stagger, which is basically just kind of a staggered screen for the shooter. Let's take a look at it. It's money again. All right, so it's basically just stagger. I mean, we're trying to get a double screen for the shooter. It's coming from the other side. 1, 2, 1, 2, boom. Look at it one more time. Make this money again. Let's just see, pass over to the 2. That's the key. 1 gets out of the way, and then it's screen, 1, 2, boom. Make it, please. Awesome. And that's it. And then just to kind of fill it up here, we'll finish it up with stagger. So I'm going to see the stagger screen right there. So I'm going to include these diagrams along with the video to Chris. I'm not going to put it on the YouTube video to download, but that's it. And again, this is probably going to be the first of many iterations of this. gonna be a lot better, but I figured I would at least start Chris off with at least a summary of what you got going on.